Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, Americans. It's Friday.
Welcome to it. I am,
You're looking good.
I'm here out of my deathbed for one reason and one reason only.
Oh, it's good to see you, too.
Not you.
Oh.
Not you.
Me?
The Marxist buffoon in chief. That guy. That speech, maybe the worst of all time.
Oh, my gosh.
Horrific. It was the most divisive speech a president has ever given by far.
I think so. I think so. If you can think of a more divisive speech than that one, I'd love to hear it.
I mean, he made Barack Obama look like a statesman.
I thought I disliked Barack Obama, but this guy
is he winning you over?
Surpasses, yes, on the dislike scale. Yeah, he's won me over. Where Obama was 10 billion white hot burning suns of dislike, I would say Biden's over 1 trillion. He's over 1 trillion white hot burning suns of dislike.
That's in front. That's in front. That's more than
that's
10
more.
billion.
That's more.
It's time for George Soros to come get his boy because this is getting out of hand.
Yeah, it sure is. It sure is. All right. Well, just to show you what we're talking about, holy cow. I mean, where do you even begin with this? He's frustrated with the unvaccinated people.
Well, do you want to see his little campaign what he promised there in December after he was quote elected?
I thought we'd show first what he's saying today.
Okay.
And then we'll go back to what he said during the campaign.
Very good. Very good.
So
hard.
Here.
We have the tools to combat the virus. If we can come together as a country and use those tools.
We can come together.
If we raise our vaccination rate, protect ourselves and others with masking, expanded testing, and identify people who are infected, we can and we will turn the tide of COVID-19. It'll take a lot of hard work. It's going to take some time. Yeah. Many of us are frustrated with the nearly 80 million Americans who are still not vaccinated, even though the vaccine is safe, effective, and free.
Okay.
I'm not frustrated with the 80 million.
And you're vaccinated.
And I'm not. I'm not frustrated with them. No, it's okay.
Okay. Huh.
But we need to come together to divide.
Yes. Yeah, we need to come together. Isn't that great? And then he tells us how frustrated he is. And many people are like that. And so he's just opening the door to all kinds of hatred in this country. He just opened that door wide. And he further explained about his patience is getting thin.
We've been patient, but our patience is wearing thin. And your refusal has cost all of us.
Wow. Wow. Just placing blame. That's all we're doing now is placing blame on the American people.
Yep. Make no mistake, we have and I don't know that we have the cut. We're going through them, but I mean, it's a pandemic of the unvaccinated now.
Right.
It's your fault.
Yeah. It's my fault.
Which is such a lie, too.
It really is.
Oh, my gosh.
It really is. Here he is challenging local and state officials or state laws targeting COVID-19 and public health policies.
Let me be blunt. My plan also takes on elected officials in states that are undermining you and these life-saving actions. Right now, local school officials are trying to keep children safe in a pandemic while their governor picks a fight with them and even threatens their salaries or their jobs. Talk about bullying in schools.
Talk about bullying in school.
If they'll not help, if these governors won't help us beat the pandemic, I'll use my power as president to get them out of the way.
I'll bully them.
The Department of Education has already begun to take legal action against states undermining protection that local school officials have ordered. Any teacher or school official whose pay is withheld for doing the right thing, we will have that pay restored by the federal government 100%. I promise you, I will have your back.
Yeah, and I'll put a knife in it if you're not vaccinated.
Right.
I got your back, and I'll put a knife right directly in it.
But how ironic that he is saying that these governors are bullies, yet the entire speech
is bullying. Yeah, absolutely.
What was there was a part, I don't think we have this clip, where he's telling us to show some respect to stewardesses, right? He's like, oh, you show some respect. Jeez. How about show respect during your speech? You're speaking to the American people, bro. This is respect the Constitution. Is that still a thing?
Oh, please.
No.
Do we have a Constitution?
Not at all.
Honestly.
Not at all. He goes on this rant talking about vaccine requirements, and it's not about freedom. So don't worry about that.
First, we must increase vaccinations among the unvaccinated with new vaccination requirements. Of the nearly 80 million eligible Americans who have not gotten vaccinated,
Yeah, you said that already.
many said they were waiting for approval from the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA. Well, last month, the FDA granted that approval.
I don't know anybody who said that.
The time for waiting is over. This summer, we made progress through the combination of vaccine requirements and incentives, as well as the FDA approval. 4 million more people got their first shot in August than they did in July. But we need to do more. This is not about freedom or personal choice. It's about protecting yourself and those around you, the people you work with, the people you care about, the people you love. My job as president is to protect all Americans. So tonight,
how's that working out?
I'm announcing that the Department of Labor is developing an emergency rule to require all employers with 100 or more employees that together employ over 80 million workers to ensure their workforces are fully vaccinated.
Unconstitutional.
Or show a negative test at least once a week.
Can't do it.
Screw you.
Some of the biggest companies are already
You
requiring
paying for that, Joe?
this. United Airlines.
Don't care.
Disney.
Don't care.
Tyson's Food.
Don't care.
And even Fox News.
Do not care.
The bottom line, we're going to protect vaccinated workers from unvaccinated coworkers. We're going to reduce the spread of COVID-19 by increasing the share of the workforce that is vaccinated in businesses all across America. My plan will extend the vaccination requirements that I previously issued in the healthcare field. Already, I've announced we'll be requiring vaccinations at all nursing home workers who treat patients on Medicare and Medicaid because I have that federal authority. Tonight, I'm using that same authority to expand that to cover those who work in hospitals, home health care facilities, or other medical facilities. A total of 17 million healthcare workers. If you're seeking care at a health facility, you should be able to know that the people treating you are vaccinated. Simple, straightforward, period. Next, I will sign an executive order that will now require all executive branch federal employees to be vaccinated, all. And I've signed another executive order that will require federal contractors to do the same. If you want to work with the federal government and do business with us, get vaccinated. If you want to do business with the federal government, vaccinate your workforce. And tonight, I'm removing one of the last remaining obstacles that make it difficult for you to get vaccinated.
Oh, yeah, those
The Department of Labor will require employers with 100 or more workers to give those workers paid time off to get vaccinated.
You know, he talked about being out of patience. He's losing patience with us. I am completely out of patience with this guy. This miserable, arrogant, senile old coot. I am completely out of patience with this guy. And I got to say it very calmly.
Yeah.
I almost lost it right there because I'm going to lose my voice today. But this guy works for us. We don't work for him. We don't have to bow to his every whim and pleasure. We are not servants of a king here.
Thank you.
We are not animals to be herded and branded by a rancher. We're not children who don't understand the world and need our parent to tell us what to do. To stand there and tell us it's not about freedom is so absolutely tyrant-like, isn't it?
It sure is.
Of course this is about freedom. But when it's an issue that he doesn't like, for instance, people choosing not to get a vaccine that they don't trust, then it's not about freedom. when it's about something he loves, like killing babies, well then, I mean, if it's about abortion, then it's absolutely about their freedom.
And personal choice.
Yeah.
And how dare you tell them what to do with their body? It's just twisted, mindless lunacy. And how dangerous is this to place all the blame for this pandemic on unvaccinated Americans?
And dangerous.
Super dangerous.
And to your point, though, Jack Posobiec on Twitter yesterday said, how ironic that the day that the federal government is suing Texas on the ground that the government can't set health procedures, what was this speech? Nothing but setting health procedures for Americans.
Right.
My goodness.
Yeah.
But they're blind. They don't care.
And let's not forget, the vaccinated are getting sick in pretty big numbers, too.
Yep.
So it's no guarantee when you get vaccinated. In fact, quite the opposite. Sometimes you're more likely to spread it to somebody else if you're vaccinated.
They carry what we read 251 times viral load.
Oh, right. Right. But let's direct all of America's anger toward a group of other Americans, shall we? You know, this guy says nicer things about the Taliban, the Taliban, than he does about unvaccinated Americans.
Sure does.
Yeah.
Who are, just concerned about what's going into their body because they don't know what it is. They don't understand what it is. They know it's something brand new and it's never been done before. And now they're being forced into receiving this
and they
into their body.
They don't need a reason. I mean, that's what makes America America. We don't. Everything is about freedom when you boil it down. And during that speech yesterday, all I could think of was Jeffy yesterday had we put the genocide steps back up. It's like, where are we now?
Yeah.
Where are we now? Because it is getting dangerously close to the end.
We're checking more off the list.
Oh,
we're
yeah.
definitely checking more off the list.
We're definitely between, I think it was 0.6 and 7, right?
Yeah, I think we're pushing 8 now. We're flirting with 8. Where are we here? Let's see. Because theft of property could be argued. Many of your listeners yesterday were pointing out, when they take your liquor license because you refuse COVID procedures at your bar, or when they take the Air Force veterans house and say, oh, look, this is... You're not going to kick the river out.
Officially began to relocate people.
So we're about 7.5 there, on a scale to 10.
Yeah.
But you know what? For this miserable, mindless buffoon, I just want him to know that I still haven't forgotten about Afghanistan. And I know
kidding.
This is redirect, and this is
exactly what.
Look over here, and I'm gonna be belligerent right now, and that's what everybody's gonna talk about. Is the fact that I'm a mindless tyrant, and that'll be better than what just happened in Afghanistan.
Tomorrow is the 20th anniversary of 9/11,
right?
And he knew, and his staff knew, that the focus was going to be, oh my gosh,
we lost.
Look what Joe Biden
Afghanistan to the Taliban.
Yep.
On the 20-year anniversary.
Instead, you're right. We've been redirected, and now we're at each other's throats, and it's Marxism 101.
And he's recording his 9/11 comments, right? That's going to be on tape. He's not going to be at any particular place, right? Nobody wants him at any of the places.
I know people are telling him, don't come here.
Yeah. So I think he's just recording his 9/11 message.
Well, plus it's safer for him because, he's so senile that, he can't deliver a reasonable speech about something this important as the 20-year anniversary. So, you want that to be recorded.
Yeah.
I think probably more than being afraid of the people who don't want him there anyway, he's probably afraid of himself, or at least his handlers are afraid of what he might say or how he might look if he were to be there live.
This is the time now that we are needing leaders, not only in politics, but in religion, but employers. I mean, people that run businesses that are going to be on the front lines of implementing this edict. And this is the time for them to step up and say, well, no, I'm not complying with this. And
if millions of government workers that he's mandating get vaccinated walk out, that's Calvin Coolidge land. Right, we're going to have less government workers than ever before.
Yeah. I saw somebody made a point of that, and that was exactly what I was thinking. I was like, well, yeah, Calvin did that.
Just cut the cord, baby. Lose workers.
Little different
it's
circumstances.
Not going to happen either.
But,
it's not going to happen.
I mean, this is not a drill, man. We're here.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's no longer a hypothetical.
It's bad. And he's so defiant. He's singing about it, this guy.
Wow.
Joe Biden.
Really?
Yeah, singing about
He's
it.
got time for that?
He's proud of what he's been doing this week. I think it's despicable myself, but
But
what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
got to sing.
You remember back in time, having freedom was so sublime. The COVID came along, an excuse to take control. We took what you gave us, 2 weeks goes in to 18 months and counting. Trying just to flatten the curve. Then I get the nerve, I see opportunity. I never realized how easy this would be. A mandate. Wear your mask and get vaxxed, 'cause I said so. Or I'll lock you away. A mandate. Wear your mask and get vaxxed, 'cause I said so. Or I'll lock you away. A mandate. Sounds like he might be a little sick too, but
Yeah, I thought that was ironic.
But he got through it,
Yeah,
the bastard.
You got to pull through.
He got through it.
And by the way, the mandate thing, I know that's a a hit song and everything, but they're not mandates anymore. They're requirements.
Yeah. Well, isn't a mandate a requirement?
I'm not even going to Google that. Yes.
Yeah.
Pat, they're the same thing.
Same thing.
Come on.
You're not being forced to do it. You're just
Thank
being
you.
forced to do it.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's exactly what he
All
just
right.
said. Yes.
So let's not forget that.
Seriously, just wait until your vaccination status is linked to your employer, and that is linked to the IRS. I mean,
Right.
And then you're going to have to get a booster every so often.
So
Yeah.
you're free to make a choice.
Oh, dear God. No, don't
Shut
do
up and get vaccinated.
That's your choice.
Okay.
That's not a choice. Mr. Merriam-Webster is sitting over here today.
And every single time, I'm about ready. I can't right now, apparently, because I'm sick. I don't know if you can get vaccinated when you're sick.
They don't like
Can
you
you?
to.
They don't want you to?
Yeah, they don't like you to.
Okay. So I'd have to wait a while anyway. But then he does this. And the
And
first
I
thing I want
know.
to do is just defy it.
I
I just want to say, screw you. I'm not ever getting it now. I'm not ever getting
I'm
it.
so pissed I got it. I'm really angry that I got it.
Pisses me
And
off.
I know. Me too.
Yeah.
Well, here's what Joe said back during the campaign, and Jen Psaki said earlier this year about these mandates.
No, I don't think it should be mandatory. I wouldn't demand to be mandatory, but I would do everything in my power. Just like I don't think masks have to be made mandatory nationally.
That she's hit a brick wall of trying to convince people to get vaccinated. Is that a sign that perhaps the federal government should step in and issue
No, Putin,
mandates?
it's
And
not.
if not, are you putting the needs of unvaccinated people ahead of the needs of vaccinated people?
Well, I think the question here, one, that's not the role of the federal government.
Oh, what?
That
What?
is the role that institutions, private sector entities, and others may take. That certainly is appropriate. Also, local communities are going to take steps they need to take in order to protect people in their communities. I will say we understand her frustration, and we understand that.
Yeah, they understand.
Yeah.
And in fact, now they more than understand.
I am convinced that this was a timeline that was sped up because of his horrific failures in Afghanistan.
Yes.
This was going to come down the pike sooner or later,
Yep.
just not right now. And they got to, like you said earlier, got to distract from 9/11.
We're just being
Afghanistan.
redirected now. Now get pissed off about this.
Yep.
Okay. We're getting really hurt by the Afghanistan situation. Be pissed off about this.
Big time.
But at least we can marshal the forces on the other side against you. For
Oh,
those of you
yeah.
who are pissed, we'll just get all of the vaccinated people pissed off at you.
Yep. It's always divide and conquer.
We'll pit you against each other.
Dan Crenshaw.
Unbelievable.
I mean, he tweeted out, "What do you guys want? A full-on revolt now? Is that what you want? Because that's exactly what this feels like you want."
It sure does.
Yeah, it does feel that way. Let me tell you about Omega XL. Really great way to get out of pain if you've got pain that's brought on by inflammation. then you really need to try this. Maybe you've tried other things, the topical rubs and the NSAIDs, the non-steroidal over-the-counter anti-inflammatories.
Stuff.
I don't know exactly what NSAID stands for.
Stuff.
Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory, right?
Yeah.
So this is really great. And I was a little skeptical, too, because it's all natural. And it's not a drug, but really that's part of the beauty of it. It's all natural, and it's not a drug. It's nothing that you're going to get addicted to or your body's going to get used to, and then they're going to cut you off eventually because it's part of the opioid nonsense, and then you're left high and dry. That won't happen to you with this. This is from the pristine waters around New Zealand, and it really works. It builds up in your system, and then a week or two, maybe 3 tops, it should work. And if it doesn't, then it's not going to work for you, and you can try something else. But it certainly worked for me. And I highly recommend you give it a try and see if it doesn't become a game changer in your life. Omega XL, go there right now. OmegaXL.com/Pat. When you buy the first bottle, they're going to throw in a second one for free. OmegaXL.com/Pat or 800-844-4888.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Then there was his weird exit from the speech yesterday. Yeah, this is just so weird. Why does he keep doing this? Well, he really thinks this is
he does.
Powerful thing?
He sure does.
A cool thing?
Cool,
or,
yeah.
I don't know what exactly, but he keeps doing it. Here's how he ended the speech.
Continue to serve on the front lines of this pandemic. And may God protect our troops.
Oh,
okay.
Get vaccinated.
Get vaccinated. How creepy and weird is that?
I know.
It's just it's creepy and it's weird.
I love the guy yelling at the end, though.
And
is this
stupid.
constitutional?
Well,
Yeah.
Come back and answer that one, bro.
Right.
And they know that he's not going to answer, right? He's just walking away. What's the point?
Because they've got some questions.
What do you mean,
now.
what's the point? This guy,
they know he's not answering
this guy
questions.
is famous for getting to the door, turning around, and speaking for another 10 minutes unscripted. There could have been some gold in there, man.
That is true.
Stop that.
He does it all the time.
Yeah,
he
does.
stops
I know.
all the time.
I know that.
I'm going to get in trouble. My mommy said not to do this, but I'm going to and get in trouble anyway.
Yeah, in fact, we played yesterday where he read the end of the teleprompter. It says I'm supposed to get done and walk away.
Oh, yeah, Pat, you weren't here for that one.
Oh, my God.
Awesome.
Rob, Pat really
Awesome.
needs to be in the club on this
That's
clip.
really good.
Because he will.
Really good.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. If you can find it, yeah.
There was a priceless...
Educated
Okay.
me. You brought me along, and you've always been there. Now, I'm supposed to stop and walk out of the room here. I'm going to stop. But with your permission, I'm going to walk into the room because I want to say hello to him.
He wants permission from the labor unions, but not from Americans.
Right.
As somebody on Twitter in your audience pointed out, how irresponsible for him to walk into that room. What a super spreader event potential there.
Also, am I wrong on this? Am I confusing this with another labor union issue? I think the labor unions are against the mandates. Aren't they?
I will tell you that the Postal Service is not going to be subject to this mandate. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, a federal agency like the
all
Postal
for it,
Service.
right? The teachers union.
Yeah, of course, the teachers union. But what about the AFL-CIO?
Sure.
Everybody else.
I'm sure they're on board.
SEIU.
And I'm sure, they have to be on board now. They're required to.
Here's the headline. COVID-19 vaccine mandates. Unions divided over complex
That's what
problem
I thought.
for organized labor.
Yeah. So that's going to be an issue. I wonder if anybody brought that up. Well, no, because it was before the speech. Too bad. Interesting. It's so hard. I can't even stand to look at this guy.
Oh, yeah.
I can't stand to look at him.
My head was down for most of that speech.
I lost
yesterday.
2 TVs.
Sorry?
Yeah. Doing the Elvis thing? Yeah, man, I'm going to shoot out my screen here. Silla, get me another nanner sandwich.
What's wrong,
First of all.
That's the problem. First of all, yes.
First of all, if you were able to bring out your weapon and shoot a TV and have someone bring you a new one on the spot, you would do it.
And
Actually, that's kind of
brought him
fun.
a new one on the spot?
Is
that what
extras.
happened?
Yeah, his
Did
dad.
it really?
His dad kept them. His dad kept a lot of the TVs that he shot.
Oh, those should be in a museum, man.
Yeah, I believe they're at.
Are they at Graceland?
I believe they're
still?
at Graceland. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It'd be a little different nowadays because they're, I don't know, a little heavier. Those
And it wouldn't
big screen things.
They're not heavier necessarily. They'd just be less dramatic if you just have like a little crack as opposed to the whole glass just blowing out.
Yeah.
With the big
Yeah.
tubes.
A little bit more dramatic
Yeah.
in the 70s, man.
Yeah, now it would just put a little hole
Yeah.
in the
And you'd
plasma
be like, that
screen.
wasn't worth it.
It didn't really satisfy me.
Give me a shotgun.
There you go.
All right. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. There is good news, though. There is good news in the world.
Nice.
I don't believe it.
College football this weekend.
I know.
It's a big weekend.
Yes, sir.
It's a big stinking day today. And then tomorrow's huge. Today could be the day that BYU officially becomes a Power 5 program.
Yeah.
Power 5 program today. Pretty
Okay.
psyched about that.
So y'all
Yes,
just
they
remember. Y'all remember. The day that your freedom was taken away
from you. At least BYU became a Power 5.
No,
Right?
no. That's not where I was going. I mean, you're kind of there, but 9/9. Remember that day? That's the day that the king dictated your life for you. 9/11, of course, the anniversary of the terror attacks on American soil.
Right.
But nestled in between, in a nice little hammock, is that great news. 9/10, when BYU
Becomes a Power 5
becomes a Power
program.
5. So there you go.
Joining the Big 12. Yes. You know, when people aren't celebrating that all over the country, you know they are.
Oh, man. Blue travels.
You know they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's great. And
Man,
then
that is
tomorrow's
great.
the Holy War, in addition to being 9/11.
Right.
It's BYU Utah.
They
We
need
play
this
the
win
godless
bad, my
animals.
friend.
Need it bad.
They need this win back.
Gotta have it.
Yeah.
Gotta have it. And if we don't have it,
It's going to be a long season.
I may not be here next week at all.
Oh, no.
It's going to be a long season, my
Well,
friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
They lose this game, number 2 out of the box.
This is supposedly. They won the first game. They won their
That's
first
what I
game.
mean.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Number two game out of the box. They lose that one.
Oh. Yeah.
That shoots the season.
They're saying this is
In fact, the Big
Utah's.
12 might turn them down after that.
They're saying no,
Uh-oh.
that's a done deal. They're saying that this is Utah's best team since entering the Pac-12. We'll see.
They've had a couple of good years.
Yeah,
there.
they have. Yeah, they have. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm fairly confident. You know.
I know that I know it's a done deal for the Big 12, pretty much all but stamping the paperwork. But I still wish they would tell them to get bent.
Yeah, I know.
I know you want to be part of the Power 5. You want the statement and everything,
Yes.
but I just wanted to tell them to get
With
bent.
the state of college football, and especially the way it's about to become,
I know they could still live with it,
got to be in a Power 5.
but they could live.
Because
They could live another couple of years without. joining.
They could. Yes, but by 2025, you better be in a conference, or you're going to be left behind because they're going to become super conferences.
Yeah.
And then those
Nobody's going to have
who
time
aren't
to
in
play.
them, yeah,
Nobody's going to have time to play you.
right,
Yeah.
because they'll all have arrangements
Yeah.
with each other, and then you're out. Then you're just out. All right, let me tell you about Built Bars. If you like to snack during the course of the day, but you don't want to get fat doing it, Built Bars are the way to go.
That's a thing.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah. And these are delicious flavors, only 180 calories or less.
Love it.
4 to 5 grams of sugar, 4 to 5 net carbs, 18 grams of protein. So really good, really good. Salted caramel is my favorite, but everybody loves the new Rocky Road too. The coconut, the mint brownie, double chocolate, cookies and cream. They've got a million different flavors, give or take. And now you can get them even quicker. The new URL is built.com. Don't forget, you don't have to type bars anymore. Go to built.com, use the promo code PAT15 to save 15% off your first order. Promo code PAT15 for 15% off at built.com. 9/11 tomorrow, and just unbelievable what has happened in the last 20 years.
It's incredible.
First of all, it's incredible to me that it's been 20 years. 20
I know.
years. And it seems like yesterday in some ways.
And
In
then
other ways, it seems like it was pre-Revolutionary War.
it sure does.
because we've come so far since then. Oh
man,
and not in the right direction. You know, it felt like we were divided in prior to 9/11, and then we kind of came together again, and we talked about how together we were, and you know, we're all Americans now, and that lasted 2 months. And then we were divided again, but it wasn't this kind of divided.
Yeah,
it was like, you're full of it,
right?
And then you move on.
And we still had the belief that even if, you're crazy, we're still an American.
Yeah,
we're still in the same country.
Now it's like, you disagree with me, I'm going to make sure that you don't have a job. Yeah. You can't feed your family. You can't be heard in this country. We're going to shut you down in every aspect of your life. Geez, that singer, Ryan, what's his face, that got
Ryan Adams
canceled. Ryan Adams. Canceled in every aspect of his life. Right. I mean, nobody will have anything to do with him. That was a Me Too situation. But you could be canceled for so many different things now that it's mind-boggling. And that guy, I don't know him. I don't know how he treats women. I just know the really long article that I read, and it looked like he was railroaded out of all of this stuff. Like maybe he wasn't as guilty as people made him out to be. And he lost all his friends. He lost his music company. He lost sales, of course. He wasn't able to go on tour anymore.
Yeah, I mean, that was his career, right? That was his deal.
He lost his whole career and friends. And he just kind of holed up in his house for 2 years.
Yeah, because he was a repeat sex offender who needed to be off the streets, correct? Is that what it was?
Except he wasn't. No. No, and the most egregious one that I read about was this new up-and-coming singer that he supposedly blackballed because she wouldn't sleep with him anymore. They had a consensual relationship, and then it broke off, and then she claimed that he kind of submarined her career. Nothing could be further from the truth. He did everything you could possibly do for her, and she's a star now.
And, in fact, followed all the contractual agreements that they had.
He did everything he said he was going to do.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, well then... What's your problem?
Well,
here?
At one point, he may have said, I don't want to do that.
Right. Maybe. I don't know. But
but that's my point. That's my point. You can't. I said it.
Right.
I mean, I can remember my kids, they complain when they're taking out the trash. I don't care. Just take out the trash.
Yeah.
You can tell me, I don't want to do it. This is great. I want to take out the trash. Mm-hmm. As you're taking out the trash, I got no problem with that. You go ahead. You complain all you want.
My parents actually had a problem with that. If
really?
I was complaining on the way out. Yeah, they didn't. I don't care. They didn't like that.
And you can see how you turned out. And you can see how Jeffy turned out.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right? Thank you.
Did the trash get taken
out? So anyway, we've come a long way in the wrong direction. But a reminder of what it was like from the former president of the United States. Remember his speech after 9/11?
All of this was brought upon us in a single day, and night fell on a different world, a world where freedom itself is under attack. Americans have many questions tonight. Americans are asking, who attacked our country? The evidence we have gathered all points to a collection of loosely affiliated terrorist organizations known as Al-Qaeda. They are some of the murderers indicted for bombing American embassies in Tanzania and Kenya and responsible for bombing the USS Cole. This group and its leader, a person named Osama bin Laden, are linked to many other organizations in different countries, including the Egyptian Islamic Jihad and the Islamic Movement of Uzbekistan. There are thousands of these terrorists in more than 60 countries. They are recruited from their own nations and neighborhoods and brought to camps in places like Afghanistan, where they are trained in the tactics of terror. They are sent back to their homes or sent to hide in countries around the world to plot evil and destruction. The leadership of al-Qaeda has great influence in Afghanistan and supports the Taliban regime in controlling most of that country. In Afghanistan, we see al-Qaeda's vision for the world. It is not only repressing its own people, it is threatening people everywhere by sponsoring and sheltering and supplying terrorists. By aiding and abetting murder, the Taliban regime is committing murder. And tonight, the United States of America makes the following demands on the Taliban. Deliver to United States authorities all the leaders of al-Qaeda who hide in your land.
Hey, look, both sides of the aisle used to stand up.
Wow. That would never happen today. Wow.
Look at all those
Our
deep
nation,
staters.
this generation, will lift a dark threat of violence from our people and our future. We will rally the world to this cause by our efforts, by our courage. We will not tire, we will not falter, and we will not fail.
Great line.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
He didn't foresee Joe Biden being president.
No. Right. State sponsors of Terra. Terra who? We have a Terra who works here. He wasn't talking about her, was he?
No.
Okay. All right.
No.
Is there no state that sponsors Terra
born
here? She probably wasn't. Jeez. Or just barely.
Yeah.
Just barely was. But that's amazing. Such a different feel. And
that's leadership right there.
Such a different atmosphere than we have today.
I mean, Joe Biden would have been in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He would have been clapping there. So
yes. And, well, he was of sounder mind at the time. He's gone now. He's gone.
God, no.
He's out to lunch and he's not coming home for dinner. So,
I mean, that clip, while it is a great contrast, it's also very depressing. As he's talking about the Taliban and we're going to go lift evil, and my goodness.
Now we're complimenting evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's like, these people are great. They're businesslike. They're professional. They're nice guys now. They're really nice.
It's up to them to decide how they look at on the world stage.
Yeah, and they're really concerned about that, and so they want to look good, and that's why they're helping us out, and they've really been helpful.
And don't
so far.
forget that administration official we had last week saying, "Yeah, we'll be giving aid. You know, it looks like that we'll continue doing that." Okay, that's going to be good.
Yeah,
that's good.
What do you want to bet? In a short while, we'll be recognizing the Taliban. We will.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll recognize them and their government.
I mean, literally, there is someone in their government right now, at least one. I'm sure there's several. But I saw a thing that someone in the hierarchy of the Taliban is in a cabinet position who is also on our FBI's most wanted list.
Well, yeah. Peter Ducey brought that up to
did he really?
Jen Psaki.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have that?
I don't think so. I'm not familiar with that clip at all.
Yeah, because she danced around it, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
She didn't answer the question.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Darn it. I didn't send that in.
No.
That's too bad. Yeah, he actually brings it up. And he brought it up when she started saying that the Taliban was businesslike and professional. And Ducey says, you just said they're professional and businesslike. One of them is on the FBI's most wanted list, and there's a $10 million reward for his capture. What business is that? This is great.
I love that.
We're here to celebrate Americans being airlifted out of Afghanistan.
Oh, yeah. Now, I did hear her trying, and I know Glenn is probably going to be all over this today, but she said something to like, yep, we've worked with the Taliban, and we got that plane out of there.
Oh, yeah, well,
of course.
And then that had to be
You
done.
did. You were the ones that stopped it in the first place.
Well, and let's be honest, they're still, they're claiming that everyone that wanted to be out is out, which is obviously not true.
Yeah, they've been claiming that for days.
But this final 100 or 150 or how many other words that finally left, I think yesterday. Be interesting to see how much we paid for that. to make that happen, to make that announcement that it happened, and he got it done before 9/11 so he can. I thought, he didn't mention anything about Afghanistan except God bless the troops at the end of that Stalin speech yesterday. But he will in his recorded remarks for 9/11.
I wonder if we gave them arms for hostages. Oh no, that's right. We've already given them all the weapons that they could handle over there. So they're like, no, we don't need no more. We're all stuck.
Yeah, I think the $85 billion will tide them over for a while. $85 billion worth of weaponry and military vehicles.
The thing that really gets me is the night vision goggles. I mean,
that's something that nobody has.
How do you not bring those on the plane?
Us and the Russians, I think, are the only ones that have that.
Those kept our soldiers alive.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah. Now the Taliban have them.
Right.
So that's great.
You and I can't get them.
No. All right. Let me tell you about Tommy John. If it's 100 degrees outside in the shade, 100% humidity, not a big deal. No sweat. If you're wearing the new Apollo men's underwear from Tommy John. Once summer rolls around, and it did roll around, your underwear feels like you're running a marathon before breakfast. That's why you need Apollo by Tommy John.
So true.
What happens when a champion has no one left to compete with? They compete with themselves. Tommy John has just done that, and the result is the most technically advanced pair of underwear ever made. Apollo. The 4-minute mile, a man on the moon, underwear that doesn't get super sweaty in the summer. I mean, talk about great achievements, right? That have eluded humanity until now. Apollo from Tommy John. Also, don't forget their loungewear, which is the most comfortable apparel you can ever put on your body. It's all I wear when once I get home. These clothes come off, and I'm in the. You don't want to have that image in your head.
Wait, is that why you never invite me over?
So just think about me in the Tommy John loungewear. Yeah,
that's why I never. That's why.
That's why. Tommy John underwear is listed on GQ's latest 10 essentials with Kevin Hart. They have over 96% 4-star plus reviews, and over 15 million pairs sold. You got to try them out for yourself.
I love them and I buy them.
Most comfortable you'll ever wear. Tommy John underwear feels so good, so free, it's barely there. It's like going commando, but without the risk.
Yes.
So, TommyJohn.com. Go to TommyJohn.com.
Pat Gray.
Okay, speaking of Bush around 9/11, here's another thing that happened. He actually threw out the first pitch at a Yankees game. And there's some really cool behind-the-scenes stuff.
It was awesome.
So awesome.
I watched a clip of this. I don't know, for some reason. Maybe it was in the rounds because we're coming up on the anniversary or whatever. But it was, to watch it again with a packed house in New York. It was after 9/11, and we were America.
Yeah.
We were making a statement.
Yes.
I mean, New York, Yankee Stadium, we were telling the world
Series.
F you, man.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Here's
so
a
I go
look
underneath the Yankee Stadium, in the bowels of Yankee Stadium, and there's a hitting cage there.
And he's wearing his bulletproof jacket, and he's getting his arm loose. And Derek Jeter comes up to him.
Hey, Prez, how are you doing? Good, Derek. That's good luck tonight. Thank you, sir. He said, say, I hear you're throwing out the first ball.
So I just asked him if he was going to be throwing the first pitch from the mound or in front of the mound.
The president said, I think I'll throw from the base of the mound. Jeter said, I wouldn't do that if I were you, Mr. President.
And I told him, you better throw it from the mound, otherwise you're going to get booed. I said, this is Yankee Stadium.
I said, okay, I'll throw from the mound. And he's walking out, and he looks over his shoulder, and he says, don't bounce it. They'll boo you. And so the pressure, all of a sudden, I mean, I'm sitting there kind of fairly relaxed and feeling fairly loose, and the great Derek Jeter, don't bounce it. They'll boo you. All of a sudden, the pressure mounted.
The President of the United States.
So awesome.
I'd never felt what I'd felt before when I walked out of that dugout. I felt the raw emotion of the Yankee fans.
Stepped on the base like that.
The crowd just erupts in a chant of USA. There is nothing like it that I've ever experienced at a ball game. It was overwhelming. It was just overwhelming.
President Bush is standing out there like a brick wall. I'm not afraid of terrorists. I'm going to stand all out here. I'm going to give you a thumbs up, and I'm going to throw a strike.
Think about
Looks like
it.
he had a little curve on that. Yeah, looked like that was a little curve action, too. That's amazing.
Got a little movement on it?
Yeah. From the top of the mound. Not like that sissy throw.
Thank you.
From Barack Obama, which looked like this. And he's halfway to home plate.
He didn't even make it to
And he's proud of himself, too. Look at a little fist bump.
He bounced it in front of the catcher halfway between the mound and home plate. That is unbelievable.
Embarrassing.
That's embarrassing.
Well, America's doctor, though. I mean,
Embarrassing.
he's good at throwing the ball, right?
Oh, yeah.
His first offering. Just outside. Inside the corner and missed.
They're both Soviet plants, let's be honest.
Bad.
That's so bad.
Look at this.
So bad. I mean, at least he's 80, right? Obama.
Yes.
Obama was what at the time? 58?
50?
55? Oh, he was in his early to mid-50s, actually.
Yeah.
He was older. I'll bet you he was older at that time.
Oh, yeah, Barack was in his 40s.
Than Bush was when he threw out that pitch.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, gosh. All right, you're
That's
going to keep
possible.
talking. I'm going to have to look this up.
That's possible.
Yeah.
But the difference is astounding.
It is. It is. Yeah, it really is. And one of them was proclaimed as if he was...
Yes!
You know, he's only doing politics because he's trying to save us. He really
Otherwise
should
he'd
be
be
a professional athlete.
Yeah. Bush was
Should he?
55. 55 when he threw out that pitch.
Bush was?
Yeah.
And how old was Obama doing
I don't even know. What year was that?
Like 09? 10?
He was in his 40s still.
Wow.
Oh.
See?
Upon the frozen tundra of the human mind.
Which country borders the United States to the north?
How about Mexico?
Wow, that's a great answer.
It's not exactly north, though.
Oh, man.
Two teams of infinitesimal intellect will collide in a cloud of glory.
The Ten Commandments were carried down the mountain by whom?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Oh.
His name was Blaine.
Mental gladiators, capable of taking a minor incline and turning it into an unscalable summit.
America claimed its independence from which country?
Nobody knows this.
Don't know. Yeah.
Adult versus dimwit.
What territory did the United States purchase from France in the early 1800s?
New England?
Dunce versus dolt.
What is socialism?
Somebody to talk to the public?
Somebody talks to the public.
There you go. What? No?
Moron versus moron.
What does USA stand for?
Pass.
Pass?
Oh, you pass, yeah.
It's the upstairs attic.
You're going to pass on what does USA stand for?
In an epic battle of nitwits.
If a show airs at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, what time is it in the Pacific Zone?
No, not about football.
This is not about football.
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, yeah,
okay,
because she
okay,
doesn't know
yeah.
football. How many times does she have to tell you?
You should have
stupid?
changed the question.
This is Moron Trivia.
Good morning, Americans. It's Friday.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, baby.
And time for America's initial Moron Trivia of the season.
NFL is back, baby.
Very excited
I
about
know.
that.
Me too.
Very excited.
It's fun to watch a little last night. See the Tampa Bay Buccaneers drive
Beat
to
the Dallas
victory.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
That probably pleased you, Stu. Stu Bergier joins us this morning.
Thank you, Pat. You know, it's very rare I have the opportunity to root for Tom Brady. And I will say it was fun. It's a good place to be. I understand why people like it so much.
Okay, yeah. Because you got a pretty good chance. It's going to turn out pretty well for you.
Yeah, things like work out great. Like I've watched a lot of football, and usually when my team blows a lead in the last minutes, they wind up losing.
Yeah.
And then you have Tom Brady, and they just wind up winning the game.
Thank you. That's the
Yeah,
way it
win
works.
anyway. You can't leave him with a minute 24.
No.
You can't do it.
No.
Minute 24? What are you, out of your mind?
That's like a fifth quarter.
It is. It is. For him, I mean, you know he's going to drive down and at least get the field goal. You know he is.
And when you can overcome something so difficult, and because there's Dak Prescott was on the other side, who is the best quarterback in the league at throwing balls into the center of the two numbers, and the other team dropping it. It's incredible talent.
sure.
I've never seen anything like it in the history of the NFL. So he did that 46 times last night, and still somehow Tom Brady was able to come back and win the game. I was very impressed by it. The entire effort.
And
Good
he's only
job.
making $40 million a year to do that. So.
Yeah, and
for Dak,
and that's enough.
He's making about $15 million more a year than Tom Brady,
which is
incredible.
Incredible. People say they paid Dak Prescott too much, and I say, no, pay him more. I think they should give him another contract after that game last night and pay him $20 million more per year.
Don't worry,
just
Jerry
keep
may
giving
be
him money.
negotiating that.
Hey, it sounds great to me. No, I mean, actually, Dak was pretty good last night. He played pretty well.
Yeah, he's not bad.
I mean, and I don't think he's as great a quarterback as some others do.
No,
but he does do some things pretty well, and nobody can make defensive players drop the ball like Dak Prescott. It really is an incredible skill.
It is. It's amazing.
Yeah, It was great to just see football, though.
Yeah.
Pat, I was thinking about this as I was driving in today. We a lot of times think like, oh, this COVID thing is never going to end, right? And it feels like it's never going to end.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, though, the last football game in that stadium, I sat in that stadium because I go to the Super Bowl every year. I don't know if you guys know that.
Really?
Yeah,
That's a thing you do?
Why haven't you mentioned
every single
that?
year.
You should probably mention that sometime.
And it was a packed stadium of cardboard people.
Yeah.
People forget this, that in February,
That's right.
it's not that long ago, there was like 11,000 people in that stadium for a Super Bowl.
66 last night.
And here we are now. I mean, you saw it last night. It's 66,000 packed to the brim with people.
Right.
I mean, life has changed in the last 6 months.
Would have been fun to be there. Well, fortunately, our president wants to make sure that all those people from now on need to be vaccinated or tested.
That's why I was trying to bring a little positivity. After that speech last night, it's hard.
positive?
It's hard.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
Very hard. Oh, we haven't even mentioned the matchup yet.
Well, Atlanta, Philadelphia.
Kittas. What's the name? Kitta. All right, we got Kitta in Atlanta. The game is Atlanta-Philadelphia, right? And
Correct.
We'll tell you about the rules of the game if you don't know them coming up here in a minute. Hey, Kitta. Kitta?
Hey, Kitta.
Yellow.
Are you there, Kitta?
Oh, no. Kitta.
No? Kitta's, we lost her.
We didn't even get to know
her, him, them.
Well, to be fair, we hadn't explained the rules yet.
Yeah.
That's probably why.
Kitta's like, I don't even know the rules. I'm not going to do this. I'm not playing. Here's our commissioner to explain the rules.
Well, each week we predict the outcome of an NFL game, and this week, as we just stated, it's the Philadelphia Eagles, which is why Stu joins us, and the Atlanta Falcons, which is why Keith joins us. So that's the game we're going to predict, and we do that by calling convenience stores and
Keith's on the show.
Numerous stores,
They don't
other
know that.
restaurants, surrounding area places where people would come together, and if they answer the phone, we talk to them, and we ask them questions, and the team that answers the most questions wins the game, and we treat it like a football game, 4 quarters, 4 questions each quarter. Most questions answered correctly wins the game, and that's how we predict the outcome. Now, you can gamble if you want. We don't want you to. Don't use us to win money.
It's now legal, though, in many states. Is it okay to gamble if you are in a state where it's legal?
Well, sure, why not? I mean,
okay, just want to make sure I understand.
It's still America. I mean, you've got your freedoms and your personal choices.
You can go wherever you want and do whatever you want. Can I ask like a moron trivia historian type of question here?
You may.
In the intro that Jeffy just laid out, he laid out several different places to call. And I think I kind of remember this from last year, but why we're no longer just calling convenience stores.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, Stu, I don't know if you know this, we're in the middle of a pandemic. 18 months, as a matter of fact, pretty close. Tomorrow will be the 18-month anniversary since 15 days to flatten the curve.
Right.
We've found that convenience stores may or may not answer. And there's some problems.
You'd think that'd be the one place.
We've had to branch out.
You branch out, and now you're calling other.
Well, like
what was the
Waffle Houses?
It may be that we call, like a Waffle House or
an IHOP.
The international house where you get pancakes.
Do you feel that taints the results at all, or you're just asking for clarification?
I think I'm curious. I'm looking. I have a book deal to write an expose about moron trivia, and I thought it was a good. No, I mean, I'm just interested. Has it affected the results at all?
It's increased the IQ quotient a little bit.
It has.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that's not what you want.
No, you don't want that.
You want that to be as low as possible.
Yes.
And now, of course, Keith and his Atlanta Falcons, my Philadelphia Eagles. Usually, there's a plethora of people who don't know what they're talking about in these cities.
Oh yeah.
But you're saying we're getting up to the point where people might know things about
people
things.
might know, like, for instance, who's the vice president of the United States.
Yeah.
It's possible.
I will say
know
the
that.
average American probably doesn't know that right now.
Probably.
But I wonder, is that why we had such a down year last year for moron trivia? Maybe we're calling
it very
the
well
wrong
may be
places.
possible.
We also found a lot of times we were hoping to get a few people in other particular stores that might not be of a great mental persuasion, because during since people were looking for jobs prior to the pandemic, we found that people at convenience stores were also getting a little bit smarter.
So
because they weren't working at their other jobs, they were taking.
That's how you can tell how the
could
economy is. Doing,
Yeah,
right.
You got smart people working at convenience stores.
And then you're like, oh crap.
It's kind of sad, actually.
It's kind of sad. It is. Hey, but I understand there's a new T-shirt that people can involve themselves with, maybe purchase.
Yes, we would
online.
love this because, well, it's football season. It's started up. And, of course, when football season starts up, we got to see the Black National Anthem last night. I hope everyone enjoyed that.
I missed it.
You missed it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, no.
Dang it.
Well,
Darn.
because I think we have the White National Anthem for week 2. I don't know what that is.
Oh.
Because I thought we had a national anthem for the whole nation.
Yeah, I did see the regular national anthem.
Oh no, they played that as well. They did play that as well. But I mean, I want additional anthems. We have the Asian national anthem in week 3.
Oh, is that right? That's week 3 for that?
We're going to do the Cuban national anthem in week 4.
Are they going to do this every week?
No, I think they did the same thing last year. They played it just in week 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I don't know why. They're like, all right, Black national anthem. You get your 1 week.
And what is the Black national anthem?
I don't know. It's a song that Glenn knew.
Yeah, it's
he's
like
remember he did
gospel
all
or something.
Yeah, remember he did all those like Black Founding Fathers shows and so he knew this song and he actually like loved the story behind the song. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but I remember Glenn being like, actually, this is a great song. It shouldn't be called the Black National Anthem. It should just be. It's just a great song though.
Yeah.
So anyway, on that note, as we enter the woke era of the NFL. Colin Kaepernick is going to be on everybody's mind once again. And there's one thing that I
can't get a job.
Yeah, he can't. Poor guy, because he's just, he's too good a quarterback. He was in Madden this year. He's rated above half of the starting quarterbacks in like the league.
Oh my god!
Because there's this myth that he was actually a great quarterback who lost his job because he took a knee. That is what everyone thinks.
Yeah.
And so this shirt just simply reminds people, always remember. Colin Kaepernick, before Colin Kaepernick took a knee, he lost his job to Blaine Gabbert. And no one remembers this. It is 100% true, and Gabbert outplayed him that year.
That is awesome.
So now you can see that. And what I like about it is it sort of looks like a pro Colin Kaepernick shirt, unless you look really close.
Yeah, right.
And just always remember, before Colin Kaepernick took a knee, he lost his job to Blaine Gabbert. It's available at StuDoesMerch.com.
Blaine Gabbert.
And the only reason, we've talked about this, the only reason he was even in the Super Bowl is because the Falcons blew a huge lead at home to the 49ers in the NFC Championship game. So the Falcons are the reason why that man has played in the Super Bowl.
And really, if you look back at his career, because I've done entire shows on it, because I can't. It's not even the woke nature of Colin Kaepernick. I'm just so annoyed they make him out to be a good football player. It drives me crazy. So I went back and did a whole show on his career, and you look at the only argument that exists that he actually was a halfway decent quarterback is that first year when no one knew it was coming. He stepped in the middle of the year, and then the Atlanta Falcons handed him that Super Bowl.
I mean, they led 17-0 at home. They were up 10 in the second half, and that's the only reason why that man, if he had played any other NFC team, I don't care.
Yeah.
He would have never been a Super Bowl quarterback.
And there is a lengthy documentary that is out. I don't know if you've talked about this at all, about the Atlanta Falcons that has just been released.
It is so good. So good.
It's super quirky, and some of the politics would drive you crazy if you're a conservative. But it's the history of the Atlanta Falcons, and it's by these guys. They do these really ridiculously in-depth documentaries about random sports topics. Like they have one whole documentary on the worst punt of all time. like the single worst punt of all time. It's only if you're a total nerd on sports. But the Falcons thing is incredible because it walks through all the crazy characters they've had, all the time that they basically lost the Super Bowl because one of their players decided to try to hook up with an underage girl the night before the Super Bowl.
No, it was an undercover cop. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, he thought she was an underage girl, right?
I don't think so.
Oh, so if you think something, then you got to be arrested. I freaking hate that, man.
But would you admit, even
response.
as a non-Falcons fan with no interest in them whatsoever, it is incredible, this history of suffering for this franchise.
They've blown so many leads, and it's so bad.
Painful,
and so many weird, quirky things. Like they went to the Super Bowl with a 14-2 team, and surrounding it, I think the best record of the 4 years surrounding that year, they were like 5-11.
No, they were 7. They were 7-9 the year before.
7-9, look, 5-11, 6-10.
Yeah, but other than that, you're right.
Bizarre. So anyway, we're watching.
We got Jasmine in Atlanta, supposedly on the phone now. Let's go to. Hey, Jasmine.
Yes.
Hi. How are you today?
Hi. All right.
Good. How are things in Atlanta?
I'm in Albany.
Yeah, us too. That's where we are. Just outside
right
of Atlanta in Albany.
Right around the corner.
Not Albany, New York, right? You're not in Albany, New York.
Albany, Georgia.
Okay, yeah, us too. Listen, are you a Falcons fan?
I watch football.
That's kind of how I feel about it too. Listen, we're going to ask you 4 quick questions. If you don't know the answer, just take a guess, and you can't ask anybody around for help, okay?
Okay.
Question number 1. What is Jimmy Carter famous for?
Habitat.
What was that?
Habitat.
Yeah, Habitat for Humanity. Habitat for Humanity. He builds houses. Absolutely.
Habitat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nice job.
Didn't even say
Can we?
Yeah, we're good.
Can we accept
Absolutely.
Habitat?
Nice job. Nice job.
Oh my God, the flags are all over.
Here you go.
All right, congratulations. That's one.
He's done that longer than he was president.
What does WWW stand for?
World Wide Web.
World Wide Web.
Nice. Good job.
Exactly right. Nicely done. What kind of dog is a golden doodle?
A golden lab and a poodle.
Boom.
Is it a lab? It's a retriever, right?
A retriever, lab, and a poodle.
Oh, yeah.
No? Can't give her that?
Really?
It's pretty close. Yeah, no.
You got 3/4 of it right.
Really close.
Very
that's a
close.
shame.
No one's ever gotten that
Very
one right,
close.
though. So
It's actually a cross between a corn dog and a hamburger. So
Really?
yeah,
Corn
that's a
dog
golden
and a hamburger?
Yeah, with a little mayo on it and some honey, which makes it the golden part.
Isn't that weird?
The golden part is the honey. All right, question number 4. That is kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
What is socialism?
Socialism.
What is socialism?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah,
Nobody knows that. It's a really tough one. Good effort, though. It's a new dance craze that's sweeping the nation right now.
I love it.
Do
ain't
the
doing it.
socialism. Yeah, it's really good.
ain't never
People love
seen
it.
it.
It's a
People
great
freaking love
workout,
it.
though.
A really good
Yeah.
workout. Kind of like jazzercise.
Yeah.
Only different. You just have to do it every day, whether
Every
you want
day.
to or not.
Yeah, required.
Yes. All right. Well, Jasmine, thank you for playing. You've been such a great contestant. We're going to send you the home version of our game psychically. And I just did. So congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
I loved you in Aladdin, by the way.
So there we go.
What's wrong?
Oh, yeah, flag on
I
the
got a
field
flag on
already?
the field. This is a disgrace.
What?
It's a
What?
travesty. It's a sham. It's a mockery. It's a Travis-sham mockery.
What's the problem?
What is
Okay.
the problem?
What is Jimmy Carter famous for?
Yeah.
Number 1.
Yeah.
He's the president. He was the president of the United States.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
not famous for habitat, which is not
now.
He is famous for Habitat
Yeah,
for
he is
Humanity.
famous
for
Yeah.
what? His
Habitat
what?
for Humanity.
So you mean the name of the organization? So she didn't even say the name of the organization.
Habitat.
Wait a minute.
She picked
What's the problem?
Clearly, the only reason he's famous for Habitat for Humanity is because he was president of the United States. And then thirdly, he's from Georgia.
Right.
What, he's everybody's president. I don't understand. He's an American president.
He was from Georgia.
What does
We're
that-
calling Georgia
What does
and
that
asking a
matter?
question about Georgia because Keith wants the Falcons to win.
Isn't that amazing, though?
Oh.
How telling is that?
Sir.
Habitat is what he was famous for. Habitat. Guy was the worst president of all time. He's famous for Habitat? Come on now.
Well, he used to be famous for, terrible hostage situations gone wrong, but
yes.
obviously he's now number 2 on that list.
So did he make a compelling enough case
Come on,
to take
Jeffy,
that point
that's
away?
ridiculous.
Oh, here, let me listen to you. No.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you.
Wait a minute. She didn't even say the name of the organization that was the wrong answer.
Yeah, but we knew what she meant.
I can appreciate your flag throwing, Stu. No.
It's just typical, a disgraceful effort.
It is typical.
I've forgotten.
It is typical.
How
You're exactly
pathetic
right.
Jeffy is as a commissioner.
But that does sum it up. It's typical. All right, let me tell you about Raycon. This is something I absolutely love. These earbuds are fantastic. They've got a pair of working Raycon earbuds now. It looks different for everybody, especially these days. Working does. But if you need a pair of wireless earbuds to take you from conference calls to solo work to Zoom meetings, Raycon's E85 work earbuds are a game changer. And they're great. They're actually great for music as well. I use them for music all the time. Raycon's E85s aren't just great for work. You can use them anytime. They've got a 6 microphone system that cuts down on environmental noise, ensures your voice is crystal clear on calls, so they're perfect for calls. There's also active noise canceling for maximum focus and ambient mode for when you need to hear the world around you. Raycon's work earbuds boast a 32-hour battery life, and they're super comfortable. I've got these tiny little ear holes for some reason, and the Raycon, I can't get anything to stay in my ears. These Raycons do.
Nice.
So it saves you a lot of hassle. There's nothing worse than if your earbuds keep falling out of your ears. Right now, go to buyraycon.com/graywork, GRAYWORK, to get 15% off your Raycon order. That's raycon.com/graywork for 15% off Raycons today. All right, we're looking for Philadelphia's portion of the first quarter.
Surely the full effort is being put in to get somebody on the phone in Philadelphia.
Shirley. Stop calling me Shirley. The Atlanta Falcons lead right now. Of course, Philadelphia hasn't added the ball yet.
Correct.
But the lead is 2-0?
2-0.
2-0.
Okay.
Surely all the Dallas Cowboys fans on the staff and the Atlanta Falcons fan who's on the show are really going to make sure that this goes appropriately and fair.
What? I didn't care for that tone.
Well, you logged your complaint. You did
Yes,
throw
I
a
did.
flag
I
on
did.
the
And
field.
so it was an excellent
And it was
complaint.
heard by
Thank you. We
commissioner.
We reviewed it.
Oh, you mean the most corrupt man I've ever met in my life? Has he? Did he approve it? That's great.
You clearly haven't
Wow,
met Joe
yeah.
Biden.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. You would have a great role in the Biden administration, Jeff.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he would fit right in.
He would be the honorable one.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You think of if you went there, all the power you'd have to wreak your havoc.
Oh, I kind of wish I'd have thought of that. Actually.
I think they're going to have some openings soon.
You definitely
The
would
way
fit
this is
right
going.
in. All right, so we're waiting for somebody to get on the line in Philadelphia. As we do, anybody noticed that virtually no one is talking about the Larry Elder attack?
Yes.
Incredible.
By the gorilla masked woman, white woman, who accosted Larry Elder in a gorilla mask.
Yeah.
If that was anybody else, oh my gosh, can you imagine if that was Kamala Harris?
Oh.
And the outrage there'd be. All right, let's go to Kevin in Philadelphia. Of course, we only have a minute, so we're gonna have to. Yeah, no way can we squeeze that in a minute. So see if Kevin can hang on.
Do you mind hanging on, Kevin?
Got a couple of minutes. Hopefully we can get him to hang on.
It's a coincidence, guys, that they just
Just a
happened to get the
coincidence.
Philadelphia call right before the commercial break.
Right before
it was no big deal.
The network break.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, we could just give him 0.
Look, listen to this guy.
I like
know.
this commissioner.
Doesn't he want
this may be the best commissioner we've ever had, quite honestly.
doesn't even want the guy to get on the air.
It was just a thought.
It's a little
I
drastic.
was just throwing it out there.
But Larry Elder, this thing should be everywhere.
Yes.
What a racist incident that they don't give a rat's anus about.
Nope.
They don't care. They just don't care. I mean, CNN, I haven't seen one mention of it on CNN.
No mainstream places have really picked it up. We were looking for the article on it, and it was TMZ was the one we found.
I guess the LA Times mentioned it.
That's good.
Very briefly and innocuously. And I don't even know if they called it racism.
There was one of them that was like, Larry Elder goes out in public to negative response.
Yeah.
Oh, was it a negative response?
Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. All right. Hopefully the Philadelphia portion first quarter coming up. Welcome. Great to have you. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Hey. Sound means we've got a contestant. Vic, Fick, and Philly. Hey, Fick.
Him to the Wolves too soon.
Hey, man.
I need an O-line. It's sure shit they got to get a draft.
Are you there, Fick? He said shouldn't. I don't think he swore at all.
Wait, I'm sorry. I probably did. I'm sorry.
Hey, Fick.
Hey, Fick.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi.
Hey.
Welcome. Are you a Philadelphia Eagles fan?
Yeah, I'm an Eagles fan.
Yeah, go
me
Birds.
too. Who isn't?
I'm not.
All right, Fick, we're going to ask you 4 quick questions, if that's okay. You can't ask anybody for help, and if you don't know, just take a guess, okay?
All right, I'm with it.
All right, question number 1. What is Jimmy Carter famous for? Jimmy Carter. Baseball?
Yes, he was a very big baseball fan. He was a very big baseball fan.
What? More than that, though, he was famous for being a total and complete loser. So, yeah. What does WWW stand for?
WWW?
Yeah. WWW.
Nobody knows this.
That's a tough one.
Sure is.
I mean, where would you ever see that? Yeah. It's
Take a guess?
kind of an old, It's Westward Wagon Wheels.
Yeah.
That's what that stands for.
Old school. Yeah,
it is.
Now you recognize it.
Yeah. What kind of dog is a golden doodle?
Golden doodle? Would it be like a golden retriever and a labradoodle mix?
That is so close. No?
No.
You can't accept that. Darn it.
Exactly opposite the other.
It's close, but not close enough. It's
They
actually
sound like it, right?
It's actually
that's close.
Yeah. It's actually though, weirdly, a cross between an aardvark and a platypus.
Right, and they call it a golden
And they call
doodle.
it a
How did they
golden
get
doodle.
that word out of there?
Yeah, no idea. I have no idea. All right, question number 4. What is socialism?
That's a deep question right there.
Yeah, I thought it was. That's why we asked it.
Deep.
Yeah, right. That's a whole deep question. That should have taken.
Right? Wow. Yeah.
Shouldn't. So again, he said that stuff
Shouldn't.
Yeah.
It's actually the
darn it,
latest
Zach.
COVID variant, socialism.
Yeah, look out for
the
it.
new
Socialism.
dominant
It is spreading.
thing.
That is spreading
It
a
is
lot.
contagious, man.
Yeah, it is spreading worse than any virus we've ever seen. So,
Fick,
Well-
do you have any faith in the Eagles this year? You think they're going to do okay?
Should be fine, man. The division is pretty much up for grabs. I'm not worried about the Cowgirls or the small fries.
I love this guy. I love this guy. He hates the Cowboys as much as I do.
that's great.
That's like the redheaded stepchild. Won't even discuss them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good for you.
He cool though. Like I said, like we talked about, as long as the O-line gets straightened out, he'll be fine. Like they can't let him take too many hits and let him get punch drunk too early in the season and mess his confidence up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
doing play-by-play this week
No
for
doubt.
somebody? A little color commentary on one of the broadcasts? You should be
Man,
doing
listen,
it.
I'm with it. They'll have me in there. I have everybody in the city tuning into them games. I don't care if we playing the Browns or we was playing recording, because the Browns ain't that bad.
No, they're not that bad.
no.
They're not. They're
Everyone
okay.
seems to think they're pretty good this year,
All right.
actually.
Thanks.
Who's super trash? X. Even though they got Trevor Lawrence, they still gonna be.
Your opponent
I'll
this
commentate
week.
That game.
Yeah.
Your opponent this week would qualify for your definition.
Yeah.
Super trash.
All right. Thanks a lot, Vic. Appreciate it.
No problem, man.
All right,
Go
man.
Eagles.
See ya.
Yeah, go Birds. By the way, it's interesting. I mean, I guess it wouldn't qualify as a big fan of baseball if he was throwing out the first pitch at a World Series game. I guess that wouldn't qualify him to Jimmy Carter. He's famous for baseball. He's just as famous for baseball as he is for habitat.
No, he's not.
Even. No, habitat is not even a thing. It's just a word. It's just a word.
That's already
He's famous for domiciles. What does that mean?
It's already been ruled on.
Yeah, I know, and it's a BS ruling. It should be 1-1.
I will say that
1-1.
Jimmy and Rosalind used to go to a ton of Braves games when they were
Thank you.
So to buttress your point, but not give you the point.
Because I was just on eBay here. Would I like to buy this Jimmy Carter signed baseball? Yes, I would. Because he's famous for baseball, as we all know. And he was not famous for habitat, which makes the score 1-1.
Oh, whoa.
Ruling from Commissioner Fisher.
Those are all points.
Right, they're points. No.
Why do you have him here?
I don't know.
And honestly, the Atlanta answer on the dog was just as accurate as the Eagles answer.
Yeah, it was exactly opposite. It was awesome.
No, I'm
really
saying.
Good.
Yeah, no, it's true. That one basically I didn't complain about because they were both equally sort of right and sort of wrong. So,
all right. While we wait for a contestant in Atlanta to start up the second quarter, we got some goodies here from Isaac Smith. And thank you, Isaac. For some reason, Isaac has sent. Did he send you Kexi cookies?
He sent me Kexi cookies. I guess he's.
So you get Kexi, and he must have figured I get more than enough of those because he sent me whoopsie fudge stripes from Keebler.
Cinnamon roll, right? Look at this.
I wonder if Isaac works for Keebler. I mean, maybe they want to buy you out.
This is the new one, right?
I'm open to it.
The cinnamon roll?
Yeah, the cinnamon roll.
It's even on in a nice little spiral.
Oh, Stu, did Isaac not send you one?
Kexi.com.
No problem, Isaac. I'm fine. I didn't.
That's too bad.
I didn't need anything.
So I noticed you did your little Kexi cookie thing last night.
Yeah, we talked about Kexi cookie on News and Why It Matters last night. Previewed some of the flavors.
Okay.
Also talked about it on the radio show yesterday, on the Glenn Beck Radio Show nationally.
Just because I wasn't here, now we talked about it.
I know. I don't know how that works.
Did you happen to preview the cinnamon roll?
Oh, well, you tried the cinnamon. Oh man. We tried the cinnamon roll last week, and that was delicious.
Yeah, I'm not giving that one up. Sorry.
I think it became Glenn's favorite, or at least certainly one of them.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Is that the peanut butter thing over there?
Yeah, I don't give those. I don't give those up either. I'm sorry. As you can see, I have sorted out which ones I'm keeping.
All right, you just gave me. I mean,
I gave you the
what is
sugar
that?
cookie.
Sugar cookies?
No, this looks like the chocolate chip.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
sorry.
That's the original, man.
Oh man!
You know what? I will say this about Kexi cookies, and this is the time to log a complaint, right? Because I have some complaints.
You have a
my classic Kexi cookie that I always looked forward to before they were named Kexi cookies, when you would just bring them into the office around the holidays.
Yeah,
was the one with the M&Ms in it.
Yeah,
it was there for a while.
The chocolate chip with the M&Ms,
and now it's gone.
Yeah,
and I'm just saying,
I think it'll come back.
I hope it does.
I think it'll come back
because that one's freaking delicious.
We're gonna bring back the really, the popular ones.
I want the hot chocolate too.
And the hot chocolate's coming back at Christmas time.
Awesome.
She has promised that, so
yeah,
I'm gonna hold her to
the
it.
lemon blueberry. Is a delicious one.
You like that one?
I did like that one as well.
Good.
I kind of like those like, I like all the Kexi cookies, but
no doubt.
I like when when Jackie gets a little experimental. She's just like just trying stuff.
She's like a mad scientist.
Yes.
In the kitchen. It's great.
It's a very happy day.
It really is great.
So the Eagles lead 2-1.
It's actually 2-0. 2-0. And we're heading hopefully into the second quarter.
A little more optimism from Fick on the Eagles season than I have.
Yeah, you seem pretty positive about it.
I was like, all right, great. I don't hear a lot of optimism these days, so it was nice to hear.
I've
from
seen
Fick.
5-12 predicted, probably more than anything else. 5-12.
There are some people that say they'll be the worst team in the league, but come on. The Houston Texans exist right now.
Right.
And I feel like they should be able to be better than the Houston Texans.
Yeah, and I'm not that sold on Jacksonville. They might not be great either. They got a rookie quarterback. Everybody is high on him, but that remains to be seen. I guess you could say the same thing about Zach Wilson, but I know he's going to be tremendous. There's just something about Zach Wilson
over
what that is.
Trevor
Lawrence.
I wonder what that is.
Because
Trevor kind of leans one way. He's got a couple of national championship rings, I think. So
yeah, he does.
He's a little heavier on one side than Zach is.
Yeah, I think the Jets will make the playoffs. They're going to sneak in. Write it down.
I wouldn't be shocked, although I kind of think
that would be great.
I think the Bills are going to be good, and the Patriots are going to be pretty good this year. So it's going to be a tougher division.
Bills will win it all.
The Bills will win it all.
Yeah,
that's the trendy pick.
Is it really?
Everybody's saying the Bills are
Really?
going to. Yeah, I mean, they're the team that was one step away, almost went to the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah.
They've
got a good
on the
quarterback.
rise. They got a good
young
defense.
quarterback.
I mean, the quarterback, if he plays like he did last year, I mean, he's arguably the MVP of the league. So you throw those things together, and they are the trendy pick, I would say.
Did you see your boy Baker Mayfield's new commercial, too, last night?
I did not.
The guy was pretty good, his yard sale out in front of the stadium.
Oh, he's got a yard sale now?
Yeah.
I do like those spots.
I
He's
love
good
him.
at that.
I love him. He's really
funny.
good.
Yeah.
I just like Baker Mayfield. How can you not root for Baker Mayfield? The guy came from absolutely nowhere. He didn't even start till his senior year at Westlake. Okay. Then he goes to Texas Tech and walks on, becomes their starter, gets injured, is replaced, leaves, goes to Oklahoma, is a walk-on there, wins the starting job, becomes the best quarterback in the country, wins the Heisman, first pick in the draft. How can you not love that story? It's awesome.
I don't think I knew that
It's
story.
awesome.
That's
Seriously?
incredible. Yeah, I mean, I knew
Yeah,
the
he's-
Oklahoma. I knew basically only from Oklahoma on.
Yeah, he's just been the underdog his entire career.
And then he went to the right team too, right?
And he went to the right team.
He's still doing yard sales.
Yeah, and that's the way they promote. It's funny. I remember when he first got drafted, there was this one picture of him where he was like shirtless on like a sports car, like it was like as it was taken like it was like a David Hasselhoff poster from 1984. And I just remember thinking,
I saw that.
if this guy sucks, it is going to be the
Worst.
crazy, the worst.
Well, he's going to be Johnny Manziel too.
Yeah.
Right.
And maybe even worse.
Yeah, maybe worse.
But then he's been pretty good. I mean, he's not great.
He hasn't set the
He's
world
been
on
good.
fire, but
Yeah.
he's been pretty good.
And he's around a good team with a great running game,
Yes.
a great offensive line,
Which is
probably
what
the
you
best
need.
in the league. A defense is getting better. They're another trendy pick, actually.
The Browns?
Yeah, the Browns. If you think of
I wouldn't mind
Browns
seeing
Bills,
that. Wouldn't mind seeing them do
Super Bowl.
well.
Well,
Browns
no,
Bills.
AFC Championship. I mean, yeah.
Nobody will watch it, but it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting. I don't know. Cleveland Buffalo. Is anybody going to watch that?
I will.
A championship game, yeah.
I think I would.
Yeah, championship
I think
game.
I would because I'm so sick of the Patriots. I don't want to see the. We didn't see him last year, fortunately, and we won't see him this year.
Well, the Bucks are the
Bucks
teams
good.
to
Yeah,
get
the
to
Bucks
get
team to beat.
to get sick of now
Screw the Bucks.
because Tom
Tampa
Brady's
Bay,
there.
baby.
Yeah.
And it was like I had that 1-3-hour glorious window where I really wanted Tom Brady to do. I got to the end of that game because I've never root for Tom Brady. I can't stand him, and I have 3 hours to root for Tom Brady, because I want the Cowboys to lose more than anything in the world. Then of course, like they're losing. All of a sudden, they start losing this game. Like typical. Everything breaks right for Tom Brady in his entire life, and then as they're driving down the field, they get to the 1 yard line, and Godwin inexplicably fumbles.
That was weird.
As they're about to win the game, or at least make the game out of reach.
Yeah.
And so that breaks right for the Cowboys, and then Dak, the typical thing where penalties all over the place, and guys dropping interceptions all over the place. They get down, they kick the field goal. I'm like, this is the one time I root for Tom Brady. Is he going to lose?
Nope.
No.
He did
And
not.
no.
He did not. And he brought me around, and I can understand.
Yeah, that's why it's so great to be a Patriots fan all those years.
It's like if you say you live your whole life saying like, you know what, you shouldn't do heroin, and then one day you just have it, and it's great.
Right?
It gets you really high.
How many times have I been saying that?
Many.
Many
You said it
times.
many
I
times.
want you to think of this from the perspective of a Falcons fan who had their biggest heartbreak at the hands of Tom Brady, and now he's in their division.
Oh,
Yay.
jeez, that's rough. That's
All right.
rough. I'm sorry.
Still looking to start the second quarter with the Atlanta Falcons. It's 2-0 right now. Falcons over the Eagles. Let me tell you about ExpressVPN while we wait. You supported Trump, chances are, and now they're coming for you. And the left is going to continue their campaign of censorship, repression, and the whole cancel culture thing until every last voice of opposition has been crushed. They're backed by the media and some of the largest companies in the world. Big tech and the far left have formed an unholy alliance to track and censor and spy on you. There's never been a more important time to protect your internet activity from bad actors, and that's why I urge you to get ExpressVPN. This is awesome. It's great technology. It's like, if you've ever seen Jason Bourne on the Bourne Identity when he goes online and he pings his location all over the planet. He's in Rome, and then it goes through Geneva, and then it goes through Toronto, and then it goes back. That's kind of what this does. So when everything you search for, you watch, or click online can be tracked by big tech companies, then they can match your activity to true identity using your device's unique IP address. So whether or not you think you're doing anything wrong, you're not the one who decides that. So I highly recommend ExpressVPN. You can use it on up to 5 devices simultaneously so your whole family can stay safe with a single subscription. And what I like most about it is how easy it is. It just takes one click to protect all your devices, and it doesn't slow down your devices at all. You can still have your top speeds. So stop handing over your data to big tech companies and their far-left enablers in the government. Defend your rights with the VPN I trust for my online protection. Visit expressvpn.com/unleashed. That's expressvpn.com/unleashed to get 3 extra months free.
Wow.
Go to expressvpn.com/unleashed right now and learn more.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. No way.
Oh.
We've got a contestant in Atlanta. It is Pam. Hey, Pam.
COVID.
Excuse me? What was
Hey.
it? Hey.
COVID.
How are you?
Hey.
Hey.
Hey. So, Pam, we're going to ask you 4 questions, if that's okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right. You can't ask anybody around you for help. And if you don't know the answer, just take a guess, okay? Okay, Pam? All right. Mellow.
Pam?
Okay, what's the question?
Okay,
Yeah, okay.
Well, question number 1. Name one thing Ben Franklin was famous for.
Electricity.
Electricity.
Yeah.
Electricity. He was famous for electricity. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Good job, Pam. All right. Number 2. Who wrote the diary of Anne Frank?
Anne Frank.
Anne Frank is exactly right.
Oh, we don't. We weren't there. We don't.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Some people think it was her dad.
Yeah. Some people think she's buried in Grant's tomb, though, which is really kind of strange. I don't know how that worked out. What state's abbreviation is NM? What state's abbreviation is NM?
New Mexico.
New Mexico? Wow. Pam, you're on fire.
Called the museum this morning, apparently.
On fire. And who is this celebrity voice?
Oh, no, not that.
Impersonated.
Now, remember, this is just an impersonation.
Right, this is not the actual celebrity, so don't get too excited. What was traffic problems email said?
Who is that, Pam?
I have no idea.
You have no idea?
No one does.
All right.
Nobody does.
John Goodman.
It was
John Goodman.
Yeah,
It
John
was
Goodman.
John
That was a
Goodman.
good
Oh
one.
my God! How'd you get that? That was incredible. That's exactly John Goodman.
Well, out of the blue, bam! She gets the right answer. Congratulations.
I didn't see that coming.
Nice to end on a high note, Pam. Hey, thank you. Congratulations. Good luck and drive safely. All right? And don't forget, hire the vet. All right, bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay.
That was powerful. Wow. On 910, that was powerful.
Thank you.
I have to head off here. I've got a radio program to do.
What? You do something else in this building?
Yes. And obviously, this is a fraudulent game anyway. There's no reason for me to be here for it. So thank you to everyone, and thank you for the
thank you.
The one cookie.
You're welcome.
And I want to thank the listener for not sending me any cookies.
Isaac's
I
running
want to
for
thank
Congress.
them.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
He's running for Congress. He
doesn't want to win, obviously. He doesn't want to win.
He didn't win your vote, did he?
No.
He did not win
I just
Stuberger's
got
vote.
one cookie through Keith. I'll vote for Keith.
Okay.
I'm not voting for
nice.
Isaac.
All right.
I got to figure out something to run for.
Yeah. Thanks. All right. Thanks.
Thanks, Stu. Okay, so where are we now? It's like 5.
We gotta go into the bottom of the second
5-0.
quarter. Yeah, it's, yes.
5-0. So it's over.
Well, yeah.
No matter what happens,
no matter
it's
what
over.
happens.
So
Fraud.
Wait.
Stop the steal.
I gave you a Ben Franklin question. Philadelphia, man.
Stop the steal.
Yeah, you didn't ask anyone in Philadelphia the question.
Oh, that's true.
I'd love it if you chanted "Stop the steal" all the way out the door.
Stop steal. Stop steal.
Oh boy,
that's great. All right, so it's over.
Yeah,
Essentially,
we'll just call it.
It's essentially
We'll just say
over.
it's
We'll just call it because
we'll just call it.
it was really tough getting contestants in these
Atlanta.
2 cities. And I think it normally is, right? Isn't Philly especially tough?
Like yeah. Anybody in the Northeast doesn't want to
they're
talk
tough.
to you. Yeah.
They're tough. They don't want to.
Well, I mean, that's the excuses we get from the other room. That's all I know.
I don't want to disparage all the people who got up early, and we
thank
them from the bottom of our hearts.
No, I don't want to disparage anybody.
Shut up! All right.
Come and have some donuts.
So our prediction then from Moron Trivia today is the Atlanta Falcons beat the Philadelphia Eagles this weekend.
Not going to shut them out.
So there you go. Yeah, we don't predict the
No,
score.
we
by
don't
the way.
predict scores.
Do not predict the score, but very possible that it is Falcons over Eagles. That is our prediction. And, you know, I think in real life, if you were to pick the game, I think I'd go with the Falcons.
Yeah.
Maybe Keith wouldn't because he's been through the heartache too many times. But I don't pay attention to him enough to know how many times they blow leads.
We just see the big games, and then there they are.
There they are. They don't disappoint.
Right. Hey, this little note that I haven't gotten to this week because of illness and one thing or another, and Marxist presidents who are making tyrant speakes on Thursday afternoons.
That's so maddening.
It apparently is. This is interesting to me that Ecuadorians who are paying coyotes, those are the human type, not the animal coyotes.
Got it, Judy?
Yes, Judy. These are not actual coyotes. That's what you call the people who help smuggle humans across the U.S. southern border. George Bush used to say the coyotes. The coyotes. Smuggling people across the border.
We watched him earlier doing some the 9/11 stuff, and I miss him.
Oh, I miss him like my dad right now.
Yeah.
But Ecuadorians are paying these coyotes up to $15,000 a piece to smuggle them into America. Look, if you have $15,000 to spare, I'm sorry. In Ecuador, you got no business sneaking in illegally to our country. Why aren't you just using that to better your life where you are?
Ecuador's been a pretty
How does that happen?
Pretty good country over the past number of years. Although I think they have a really big COVID issue right now.
Hang on a second.
Yes.
I want to.
So it makes sense that you want those people coming into the country.
Right.
I want the Ecuadorian Chamber of Commerce representative over here to sell me on why it's such a great place.
Well, it has been. It has been a great place.
Tell us what's great about it.
Yeah, in what way again?
Come to think of it, maybe it hasn't. Because that's where my mother-in-law was from.
Oh wow.
From Ecuador?
Second mother-in-law. Yeah, my second mother-in-law
of
was
9.
from Ecuador.
But we lost her, by the way. We lost her a few years ago. So.
We did, but I mean, she was Ecuadorian. Yeah.
Okay.
And again, she got the hell out of there. So I guess it's not a good point that it has been a good place.
I mean, you named your country based on a line that runs through you, right? The equator. Is that not what they're named?
No, I think it is. Yeah,
seriously.
I think it actually is. That sounds right to me. It's been a while.
You got to name your country something.
Yeah, I guess so.
You gotta name. That's Jeffy wisdom right there. You gotta name your country.
Name it something, right?
There's that.
When you get stuck between the moon and New York City, it's me.
I don't think I've ever said that. I don't know why it's...
Yeah, sure, you said it. You said it.
But where are they getting the $15,000 to pay these coyotes? How does that work out?
Seriously,
we've asked that before about the Guatemalans. All of them are paying all kinds of cash.
Are the coyotes taking a payment plan? I doubt it. Are they though? Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe they are.
That seems unreasonable for like these shady people to be taking. Yeah, you know what? We'll put you on credit. Let you pay that off over time. Maybe. But it's a crazy situation.
It sure is.
Well, have a great weekend.
Yeah.
And a commemoration of 9/11 tomorrow. Yeah. Another solemn 20th anniversary of 9/11.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.